Are we still waiting for people?
Florian was on and now is gone. Not sure. I think we should get started. This is the March 11th core team meeting. And the first item on the agenda is the staged RFC, stage design, whatever we call it. Nico.
No update at present.
Okay. The next item we can circle back to if Florian comes back, legal issues. Oh, there's Florian. Okay. Any update on legal issues from either Florian or Nico?
I'm back. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Florian, do you have any update on legal issues?
No, I was sick this weekend.
Okay.
I wanted to draft up the group that we want to have there.
Any update on white papers from Florian, NRC, anyone else?
I reread it. I like it. I would like to put it in the final form, and then see if we need any kind of reflow, and maybe then start reformulating when we see it in the actual template.
Sounds great. Rust survey, Nico.
I think it's basically as it was. Nell is working on the blog post. She said she'd made some progress, but it's not complete yet.
Okay, and anything on the governance working group, Nico?
We have a meeting planned, I think, is it tomorrow? It might be tomorrow. Yes, and I think the plan on the agenda is to discuss RFC discussion procedures and whether we want to have any experiments there of like different ways to hold longer form RFCs discussions, or different ways to modify the FCP process.
Okay, does anyone have anything else for the public part of the meeting?
Just an announcement, I made some progress on the web presence team, so I sent an email to all the teams and involved, and we are scheduling a first call, hopefully for next week.
I have an issue that we should track as core. All conferences that are happening before August are considering postponing or canceling, which will have two issues. A, financial, but most of them haven't paid down their venues yet, so that's the lesser problem. But the other problem being that we should figure out what's happening in autumn, because they would be moved to autumn. So if anyone knows about any conference happening, I don't know if Rust About Rust, for example, is planned for autumn, to make sure that we don't end up with a heavily, like, with everyone stepping over each other's toes, essentially.
Yeah, so from RustConf side, we did discuss this a little bit. The rough plan is basically right now, it's anyway, like the main expenses are non-refundable. So there's no benefit to canceling early, aside from like when people make commitments, and up till now, we're not in a stage where people are making strong commitments. So we're gonna wait it out. Once we start doing ticket sales and stuff and like having accepted speakers, what we might end up doing is we might first ask the speakers to hold off on booking travel in some cases, but we also might we might like have a stronger policy about this when that happens. But right now it's very early, so it's hard to tell because like RustConf is late August, so yeah.
What I'm also suggesting to a number of conferences that I spoke to is for this year, preferred speakers that have close travel, because it's easier to cancel a flight on the same continent, or to book one late than taking an intercontinental one. So
That's fair.
And
yeah.
local travel might not be as restricted as farther travel.
Yeah.
Exactly. Taking that as an explicit policy to take weight of people would help. Maybe I would draft up a recommendation. Do you think that's worthwhile calling out on the blog or giving recommendations there, or is that not the right venue? I don't know.
I feel like maybe at best an Inside Rust blog post or a personal blog post from someone.
Okay, good.
What exactly would the topic of the blog post be? The proposed blog post?
Essentially experience sharing and how we believe we can take stress out of the situation for lesser experienced organizers. That's mainly the thinking, but I agree with Manish, that's probably not a good topic for the main blog post. But just making people aware. Yeah, there's no immediate action items out of that, to be clear. Just yeah.
I think it sounds like a suitable one for Inside Rust, though, potentially, if you wanted that.
Okay. I'll write Meta serve that up as a potential task.
I added something to the agenda because.
Yeah, before we do that, I just want to quickly mention I've been procrastinating on Rust Belt Rust, and now I feel great about procrastinating. I have not booked anything. I have no date. So, and I'm not sure that I'm going to at this point. We just might take a year off. I'm not sure yet. But I will let people know if we do end up booking stuff. And like, if we try and keep people local, I don't think it's a problem if, you know, Rust Fest in Europe and Rust Belt Rust have the same dates anyway. So
exactly.
Yeah, so don't worry about us too much. But yeah, go ahead, Nico, on the all hands retro.
I just wanted to point out that we have had the all hands retro has been kind of ready for review for a while now, and we haven't really had a lot of feedback, so probably go ahead and post it. Maybe we should set some sort of deadline for folks to give feedback if they want to. There is, I think I am going to be able to start doing the repayments soon. I'm finalizing the plan there, but I did get in touch with the right people and so forth. So yes, that's all.
A couple of things on this. One, have we included the thing that we are starting to do the repayments in the blog post?
No, we would presumably update it if that were the case, or with some mention thereof, I guess.
And the other thing is, I would mention that people might actually be able to get funds even on non-refundable flights or so.
No, because of coronavirus.
Yeah, like for example, my flight got cancelled and I got a full refund without needing to get the funds from Mozilla because all of Italy is in lockdown, so that's fun.
I can certainly reach out, especially to the folks who had submitted receipts, which I'll be reaching out to them anyway, so I can mention it in there and say you might want to look into this.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, anything else for the public part of the meeting? Okay, I'm gonna switch.